Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Wednesday, August 26, 2020 meeting of the East Long Meadow Conservation Commission. At this time, I need to ask if anyone in the viewing audience is recording the meeting. If so, please identify yourself by raising your hand. Nobody out there, Jamie?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Item number 1 on our agenda was, crap, I don't have it in the latest one. We had on here some housekeeping stuff, release of executive session minutes. The first one from April 10th, 2019, we already approved those minutes, but it's just now putting them out there as a matter of public record. So even though I don't believe either Aaron or Francis was on board at the time,
No.
but essentially all we're doing is approving the release of the minutes. So therefore you can vote on it. It's just a thing. It's not a matter of approving the minutes.
Which minutes? Which minutes are they?
These are from the executive session that we had on April 10th, 2019, that was pertaining to some issues with the previous director of Planning and Community Development.
Yeah, I wasn't there, so.
Right. But like I said, all we're voting on is the procedure that just, we can release them now, and it has been okayed by the town manager as well.
Okay.
So at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the release of the April 10th, 2019 executive session minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All right, we need to do a roll call vote on this. Jeffrey,
Aye.
Aaron,
Yes.
Francis?
Question, can we vote even though we weren't there?
Yes, because we're just
Okay.
voting on releasing them.
All right, yes.
And I am a yes also. I have the previous agenda in front of me, not the latest revised one. Could somebody please give me the date for the next executive session minutes? That was this year. I think it was in June.
June 24th.
Thank you. So yes, this is the executive session pertaining to the open meeting law complaint that we had on June 24th, and the matter is pretty much resolved, so it's okay to just get this off our to-do list.
Oh, this reads June 24th, 2020, approval and release of executive session minutes.
I believe we did approve these already.
Oh, you haven't approved the executive session minutes. I think I sent them out before just so you could look them over, but I don't think they were approved.
I think we just approved the regular session minutes.
Right.
This is the executive session
Oh,
minutes.
all right. Okay.
When were they sent out, Bethany?
Yeah, I don't.
I think I sent them out a couple weeks ago when I sent out the regular minutes.
Oh, boy, I don't.
I can, if you want to review them, I can send them out.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm looking, but.
All right. Well, I guess we'll table this one and put it on the agenda for the next meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
Next item on the agenda is approval of the August 12th, 2020 minutes.
I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I have one small correction. It's just a typo. Chair under project monitoring. There's a place where chair is spelled incorrectly. It's spelled C-H-A-R-I instead of C-H-A-I-R. That's all. That's the only thing I found.
Okay. Thank you.
Typo.
I'll entertain a motion for approval of the August 12th, 2020 regular meeting minutes with the correction noted by Francis.
So moved.
Seconded.
All those in favor, roll call vote again. Jeffrey,
Aye.
Aaron,
Yes.
Francis?
Yeah, yes.
And I am a yes also. The next item on our agenda is a public hearing for a request for determination of applicability for 147 Pease Road. Jeff, could you please read the notice into the record?
Case RDA 2020-5, request for determination of applicability for 147 Pease Road, Assessor's Parcel ID 55-13-5 for the removal of a tree within an area subject to jurisdiction of the Wetlands Protection Act on a 2.45 acre site. Applicant Kathleen Johnson, 147 Pease Road, East Long Meadow, Mass. 01028.
Essentially what we're doing here is, and there's been a few emails about it, but there is a tree that is dead, pretty close to a shed that is in the backyard. It is a grassed area. And from what I know, the applicant just wants to remove the tree, was gonna leave the stump. But Jamie, can you let us know if the applicant is in the audience and wishes to speak? But I know there was an email that went out regarding a potential internet connection issue.
Right.
Oh, I see the person's there.
Unmute. Hi. Hello.
Hello, Kathy.
Hello.
Hi.
If you could just give us a brief description of what your proposal is to do regarding removing the tree.
Okay, the tree is dead. It's the branches of two of them are hovering and touching the top of the roof of my shed. It is causing problems on my property. I've had to get a pest control over for my house because insects and bugs and carpenter ants and all that wonderful stuff and bees are coming around because they've been like this hovering and killing that tree. I'd like to take that tree down. I'd leave the stump and take away whatever the tree parts are that are dead. It's just causing a problem with my property.
Okay, thank you. I have driven by
Basically.
there and seen it from the road. Is there any discussion or comments from the commission?
I have no issue with her removing a dead tree on her shed.
Thank you.
And I don't either. And I don't think there was actually the need for them to bring big equipment in, was there, Kathy?
A couple of people, I've had 4 different proposals on cutting it down. One of them's going to take the whole thing and bring it all over my house, which I don't even want to tempt that. And then someone said they chop it up piece by piece and take it away. So
Okay.
without any problem, there's a way to get back there. My late husband had put a section of the fence that could be removed so you know, God forbid something was to happen. So it shouldn't be a problem. They don't even have to stamp over anything to do with the wetlands. I could protect it. I mean, that's why we bought this house, for its beauty. So I'm trying to protect as much as I can. Unfortunately, the tree is dead. I'm not happy about it, let me tell you. But
Okay. So right now, for us commissioners, in my opinion, I would recommend a -2 determination. The work is in the resource area, but it is lawn, actually, you know, that's right next to the shed. And it will not alter the resource area. If the board has other conditions they would like to put on it, but I don't see the need for it, we would go with a -3 determination and cite any conditions for the work that we wanted to put on it.
I would recommend just going with the -2.
I agree.
Me
Is
too.
that a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Okay, so we need to do a roll
will
call
that be
vote.
explained to me? Because I don't know what that is.
What that means, even though it says negative, Kathy, it means you're okay. What we're doing is negative as far as the impact on the wetland. And so it is in the resource area because, you know, the buffer zone goes into your yard. But what it is saying is that the work being done will not dredge or alter or change the resource area at all. So essentially,
Okay.
we are approving you to take the tree down.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you.
sorry, as long as she everything is removed, right?
Yes.
And that's what she said,
Yep.
she would remove everything. Okay,
Yes.
that's fine.
I don't want anything dead there.
No, we don't either. Thank you.
Okay, so roll call vote for a -2 determination. Jeffrey,
Aye.
Aaron,
Yes,
Francis,
Yes,
and I am a yes also.
Thank you.
Good luck with your tree removal, Kathy.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you for
Be
filing.
safe. Be safe.
thank you, you too.
so,
Okay, the next item on our agenda is the vote on the ratifications of the order of conditions and the special conditions for the notice of intent for Pease Road. These did get sent out a couple days ago or so.
yeah.
I guess if we just start with the regular order of conditions, did anybody have any questions on that or anything?
I didn't on the order of conditions.
Yeah. What I've seen is the boxes that we were having an issue with before, those are being filled in.
Right.
The only thing I had a question on was I thought we were only like 15 feet away from the wetland at the closest point when it's listed at 20 feet.
That was a guesstimate. I was hoping that somebody would fill it in at this meeting.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it was 15 feet, and that would have been in the lower right-hand corner of the wetland where they had the jog in the limit of work line. And
All right, I can
yeah,
change
so
that.
that was 15 feet away there.
I have the plan. I can look at it right now real quick.
I must not be looking at the right thing.
I think we even asked about it at the meeting.
It was part of this. Francis,
Mm-hmm.
A part of what?
this is the first page of what we're looking at, and they're talking about
On the third page.
page 2.
Did you say, did you send something new, Bethany?
You mean the draft order of conditions?
Yeah, you sent an email, right?
Yeah,
That's all I got is the 2 documents on the email, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to read them from email, that's the thing. I didn't have time to print it out.
So while Jeff is looking at that, in regards to the special conditions, there was one other item that I've seen on some of these older conditions that we've got for previous filings, and what I didn't see in the special conditions would, and I think it should go in special condition number 6 with the permanent limit of work line. We should add in there, I think, that permanent limit of work markers are to be installed no more than 20 feet apart. We hadn't been specifying distances, and I didn't even see in these orders that we had the markers in there. But we need to get those in there, I believe.
what do they usually do, Craig? Is it random?
Kinda, but they put them in where it turns. You know, if there's a jog in it or something like that, they'll put one in corners and that sort of thing.
Okay,
I just want to interject while we're on those limit of work markers that after the last visit to Hidden Ponds and the spacing between his permanent markers, which were according to the original plan, they are excessively far apart.
okay.
Like I want to say 50 to 75 feet.
Oh,
So, and one is behind a tree, so when you're at one marker looking, you can't even see it. So I would interject spacing, yeah, at least 20, not more than 25 feet apart.
We had 20, is what I was saying. That's what it used to be in some of those older ones, and so I was just using that from previous special conditions.
Yeah,
And to get back on that jog, it is 15 feet.
Yeah.
okay.
And so that would be added to special condition number 6.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
And 15 feet was good, you think, on the drawing, Jeff?
Yeah, I just double checked it and,
Yep.
and it is 15 feet.
Okay. Based on that, I will entertain a motion to approve the order of conditions and special conditions with the 2 changes as discussed, going from 20 feet to 15 feet and
mhm.
adding 20-foot, no more than 20-foot spacing on permanent markers.
So moved.
Second,
Okay, roll call vote. Jeffrey,
Aye.
Francis,
Yes.
Aaron,
yes.
and is that you, Tony?
It's shut off, whatever it is.
All right. And I am a yes also.
I think that's Tony. Jamie, is that Tony out there?
It is,
Colin?
but he's on mute, so I'm not sure. I think it's on his end.
No.
Yeah, I see it is muted.
Yeah.
All right. The next item on the agenda is project monitoring.
Yeah,
I know Jeff and Tony were out a couple weeks ago to Hidden Ponds. I was out there. I just sent the text messages from the pictures. It wasn't a lot of rain, so I didn't see anything other than, the picture showing that it's less than it used to be, but there still is some clay going into the basin.
Mhm.
But I guess that issue will be dealt with later. And Aaron, did you mention the letter for them came out? 'Cause I didn't see that email yet.
All I did was see the response from Jeff, but also, hang on a second. No, I can't recall. I'm sorry. I thought,
Did the draft letter go out, Bethany?
oh, yes, yes. I thought that was for upon, the letter I'm speaking about is that there's, Bethany had sent an email about a current owner is going to be the first one to move in,
No,
talking
no,
about,
that's,
Pondview. Yeah, that was Pondview.
okay, so, yeah,
The letter for Lot 5 Pondview Drive has gone out.
right,
That was
okay.
sent out, I think last week.
Yeah.
The letter in response to Al Joyce's letter to the commission has not gone out yet. I was hoping to get some more feedback from Craig or Jeff. So I don't think I've sent it out to the rest of the commission. I wanted to get some feedback first.
Okay,
You did send the draft out, though?
Yes, I sent it to you and Jeff on Friday.
Friday. Wow. Okay, I don't recall seeing that. I'm sorry. All right.
that's the one I responded to you on, I believe, wasn't it?
there's 41 Redstone.
No,
um,
that's just came in. That's totally not even
Oh,
on the
okay.
board yet.
Okay,
No,
that's what I was we're looking at.
Bethany, we're talking about the correspondence between you and myself last Friday.
Yes, I got the pictures you sent. I wasn't sure if you saw the draft letter I'd sent you.
Oh, actually, no, I didn't. I just now saw it. Yeah, I didn't see that you had sent that.
That's
All
okay. If you want to take, just get back to me tomorrow or Friday, and I can send that out as soon as
Okay.
some feedback.
We'll do that. The only other one I had on the project monitoring is I know, Bethany, we got kind of like a few different lots on the site plan for 79 Old Farm Road. But is there any way we can get the plan that shows the house and the limit of work and that sort of thing? I mean, it's got to be in the file somewhere there.
I can try and see what I can find. The older the file is, the less likely it is to be fully intact. But I can double check and see if there's anything more conclusive.
I don't know. We've been able to get them in the past, ones that are older than this. So I'm pretty sure those will be there. But the other one on that, if you could send the town building inspector in the permitting office, could you send them an email asking them if they issued a permit for a retaining wall there?
Sure.
Okay.
It's
That's
a
79 Old Farm or 78?
79, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's 79 also.
It's-
Yeah, it's on the
it's-
same side as 53.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
couple of houses up,
Yep.
and it's a fairly high retaining wall too.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
have
Go
one
ahead.
thing I'd like to bring up. This is the issue with 53 Old Farm, where the lawyer stated that they don't need to file a certificate of compliance. And I provided documentation where it is annotated on the actual mortgage that it is subject to the Conservation Commission on the current mortgage or whoever the current owner is, unless it's changed hands already, I don't know. And also there was the seller had applied in 2010 for a zoning variance to put in an in-ground pool, and the zoning came back and told them they had an issue because most of their property is wetlands. So it's not that that we're not non-jurisdictional, we definitely are. So there definitely should be a certificate of compliance issued. And
I guess,
we need to take legal action with the town attorney or something to find out.
yep. Did
This-
anything come of the request, Bethany, to Mary, that we could consult with Jesse on this, the town attorney?
I haven't heard anything. I was also thinking we could check in with Mark and see how commissions usually handle this in the area. Because I'm sure East Long Meadow isn't the first.
Mark Stinson?
Yep.
He's the one who sent the email that he wouldn't opine on it.
Yes, Mark commented extensively on that issue.
Yeah. So we need to, get back in touch with the town manager, because yes, and we believe we need it, so I guess we are requesting permission to use the town attorney to look into this situation.
Because their attorney quoted some law,
Right, they had a case in there.
a case law stating that they didn't have to do it, which I want to know what that case law is.
Sure.
Yeah, it's Lyon versus something. It's in an email that she sent.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is something that we need to do. I didn't have anything else under policies, and under project monitoring. Did anybody else have anything?
Is it okay for me to ask a question about that at this time?
Sure.
Okay. I have been trying to enter the new information that I get either from, like what you just summarized here, or from emails about site visits under project. And I'm having trouble understanding how to enter it. So when I go onto the document that, we have on the drive, and this is to Bethany, I think, do I have to add a new line? Do I add a completely new line and indicate the date and all the information again?
I think you can either add to the same line or you can create a new one. It's up to you and how you want it organized, what makes most sense to you.
And I should put the new entry under the previous things that are on there for that site?
Yep.
Okay, will do. Thank you. That's that.
I sent out just prior to the meeting photos that were taken on the August 14th visit to Hidden Ponds of the limit of work marker, which Mr. Joy said that he had R. Levesque and Associates survey the distance and place the permanent markers, which are white pipe filled with concrete. So it shows that, and it shows the erosion controls that were put in after the enforcement order for lots 18, 19, and 20.
Mhm.
Mhm. Thank you for those, Jeff.
Anything else under policies and our project monitoring? Sorry.
No, I'm good.
Policies and procedures. I'm going to bring up one again that I know we talked about it before, but it was brought to my attention, and it was in regards to the request for determination for 147 Pease Road. You know, and we had it on, I believe it was Young Ave, where somebody filed a request for determination and then saw what the costs were and withdrew the filing or just didn't file it. You know, and on this particular one, the ad in the Springfield newspaper was $360. And I know this person had a price of $400 to cut the tree down. So I would like Bethany to do it, or if you want me to do it, I will, but we need to talk to Mary about going back to using the reminder. And I do not believe we have to do what the planning board does. If they want to use the Springfield newspaper, fine. We're not the same commission. We're the Conservation Commission, not the planning board.
I thought in the past we had decided when, we had decided this already. I thought we had voted on this before.
Yeah, I think so.
My last was that, no, we need to stay using the Springfield newspaper because the planning board liked it and the town manager, I believe, didn't want to change. Is that correct, Bethany?
I believe so. I think the concern with the reminder is that it has a stricter deadline for when we need to get the ads in, which makes it, it just means that if an applicant comes in a day late, we won't be able to accommodate them and they'll have to wait a longer time to go before the commission. But it does, the reminder is much less expensive than the Republican. That is true.
Essentially, the way it is right now is, I mean, they can bring something in virtually on Friday and we can have it to the reminder on Monday and it can be in the Thursday reminder prior to the meeting. So, I mean, there is a little bit more of an issue, but we need to look at it because, you know, this ad in the reminder is probably $75 versus the $360 that this person had to pay. And I guess in the meantime, something else we can look at, what if we have them do it on Tuesday, which is cheaper than doing it on Wednesday?
Usually all the ads are published on Thursdays for the Conservation Commission, but I can look into what days are cheaper for sure.
Yep, we should do that.
I will say from my own personal that the woman at the Republican told me Wednesday is their most expensive day of advertising of the week. I also want to point out that the Mass state law does not dictate that the town submit the advertising. Other towns put it up to the applicant to make sure that it's published and let them take care of it. And as far as ours goes, yes, we have to have it by 310 CMR published 5 business days prior to our meeting. On the other hand, when you go to the subdivision control laws for the planning board, the law states that the first advertisement, because they have to have it done twice, but the first one, and only the first one, has to be published 14 days prior to the meeting. There's no specified time limit for the second one. It could be the day of the meeting or the day before the meeting. It just has to be publicly advertised twice or public notice twice.
And, you know, and the Republican only started being used, you know, 1.5 to 2 years ago. Prior to that, we got things done. Nobody got upset about anything not being done in a timely fashion. And we were using the reminder.
And there was never an issue until the previous director came on board.
No. You know, the only issue that I was aware of is when Tracy first started, and she sent an email to get an ad published in the reminder, and it was right after she started. The reminder did not recognize her email address, and it went in the spam or the junk mail folder.
Yeah.
And it wasn't followed up on, but that is the only one on conservation that got missed by the reminder. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, we can start using the reminder tomorrow.
Yeah. Or we can, I have a form that I have filled out that I created, which was pretty much taking it from another town's format, where they put it solely on the applicant to make sure that the public notices are done. And they have to provide proof at the hearing to the board or commission that it was done. Or you can even fax or send a notification to the office that it was done prior to the meeting. And then if they can't have proof at the meeting, then the hearing is just postponed until such time as it's approved. And it takes it completely out of the hands of the office and puts it on the applicant. And they can choose what media they want and how much they want to pay. Plus, it takes the workload out of the office.
Through the chair, I actually don't mind issuing the legal notice. I can definitely look into the reminder. Again, the issue with having the applicant publish their own ad is they may not include the language that is necessary to have it be a legal ad and have all the required information that needs to be in there. And this way we can make sure all the information is in there, nothing's left out. That way the town's not liable if something isn't there.
Well, if I may, through the chair, interject on that issue, the amount of wording that's required now that the town puts in is exorbitant. And if you read the actual regulation or the state law, it only states the time, the place, and the I forget what the rest of it is, but it doesn't say you have to put in case number. It doesn't say all these other requirements that we put in that draw this thing out and make it so long and lengthy and make it so costly for the applicant. 3/4 of that information is not required by law. So why are we doing it? And that was stuff that was put in by the former director. It was never an issue previous to that.
I think the reason all that information is in there is to notify the public. The more information we provide, the more people know what's going on in town.
But what you're doing is you're driving up the cost to the applicant, and the state law doesn't require all that information. And, you know, basically, we have to look at the applicant is a customer. And we're there to service the customer. Basically, that's what town hall's for. That's what we're for.
To the chair, please. May I
Please.
speak? Craig?
Please.
Okay. Bethany, could you look into this and clarify it for us at our next meeting? And see if we can take Jeff's suggestion and make it simpler for the applicant?
Sure.
And so that'll be on our next agenda.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
10.5, 310 CMR 10.5. I'm looking for it right now to see exactly what it says, but it is essentially all it states in there is the date, the time, and the place of the meeting, and
Yes.
that's it. That's all that is all that the legal requirement is.
Yes.
I do understand where it's not a bad idea to have some more description of what is happening, but you know, we could have an instruction sheet, you know, that's online or whatever for what we want the applicants to do in order to do the posting. But you know, I wouldn't have an issue with having them do that. you know, and then they can do it as they see fit, you know, as long as we have an instruction sheet for them. But sure, if you want to follow up on that, Bethany, and report to us at the next meeting, that would be great.
You got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jim.
I didn't have anything else under policies and procedures. Did anybody else have anything?
Good.
Nope, not at this time.
Actually, I did have one more, status of the appointment of Will Armett, Beth.
Checked in with Jennifer Kerr. She has not heard back from him.
Okay. Thank you.
What was that about? Sorry.
Our vacancy.
Oh, someone applied?
A former commissioner was inquiring about coming back on,
Okay,
Oh, that'd be terrific.
yeah, so,
whose name was Will Arment.
okay. But we haven't heard back from him, is that what the problem is?
Apparently.
Okay,
He's very knowledgeable in a lot of areas.
that would be great.
Yeah, he is. Here it is, right here for the determination of applicability. Notice of the time, and it's 310 CMR 10.05, Section B. Notice of the time and place of the public meeting at which the determination will be made shall be given by the Conservation, it says it shall be given by the Conservation Commission at the expense of the person making the request, not less than 5 days.
5 days or 5 business days.
5 days prior to such meeting.
Okay.
But I don't know, I'm almost looking at that. Oh, no, at which, yeah, it says it shall be given by the Conservation Commission. That almost says that we need to do it, I guess, but you can look into that too, Beth, but yeah, if you want to read that, anybody, yeah, it's
What were the last, 310 CMR, what was the last 10 point, what was it?
10.05, paragraph B.
Okay, thank you.
In my latest one, it's on page 351. It's right in the beginning of the last manuals that we got, though.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And anybody else have anything?
Good.
My only one is tell people to conserve water.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, hearing nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Roll call vote. Jeffrey,
Aye.
Francis,
Yes.
Aaron,
yes.
and I am a yes. Thank you all. Thank you, Bethany, and thank you, Jamie.
All right, guys. See you again.
Have a
Have
good
a good
night.
night.